Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Live with DJP, number 22. Live with DJP and Friends, part 3. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to WEGL's very own Mary Frances Garner, our marketing director, my friend. Say what's up.
What's up?
How you doing? How's your day been?
Pretty good actually. I was traveling this weekend and didn't get back till yesterday afternoon, and somehow have been productive. And also tomorrow's Thursday, which is quick turnaround. So it's felt like a short week and
Oh yeah.
productive week. So I'm chilling.
Yeah, having Labor Day off. Well, I didn't really get the day off because I had to work, but the week being so short has totally just kind of screwed everything up. Like the fact
Yeah,
that it's already Wednesday right now.
yeah. And my body clock is like Thursday afternoon. I'm in Friday mode. So like pretty much tomorrow's Friday to me in my
Mm,
head.
yeah. Do you have class on Friday?
I don't. I only have classes Tuesday, Thursdays this year, which is dope because I've been able to like bounce around. Like I'm
Mm,
probably gonna go out of town this weekend again too.
that'll be nice. I
Yeah.
wish I could go out of town. I got work this weekend.
Hey, you get money
Fantastic.
though.
Yeah, for now. But let's go ahead and jump into the music. So already playing on the radio is "How Long" by CBDB. So just tell the audience about like who CBDB is, why you like the song. Just tell me about it.
Yeah. So I kind of forgot that I actually do have a story with it. So I remember senior year of high school, my best friend from high school and one of my best friends to this day, she's 2 years above me. So she was in college while I was in high school, and she saw this band called CBDB a lot because they do
Hmm.
be popping up everywhere,
Oh yeah.
and so many different like fraternity parties or downtown, especially at college towns. So anyway, started listening to them, and I remember actually visiting Auburn in February of my senior year, and I actually did homework at a coffee shop. I remember, and I remember this was when I was just started listening to CBDB. So
Hmm.
I put one of their songs on, which was the song that was playing "How Long." I just remember listening to it. It's super cheesy and so Auburn, but like it's at the one of the coffee shops right across from Sanford. It's really pretty scene. So I was looking out on Sanford Lawn, listening to CBDB, How Long, and I was like, okay, this is cute. I think I might like Auburn
Hmm.
anyway. And yeah, so they've just been one of my favorite bands since because they're super sentimental to me, and I can see them whenever I want. Seeing them next October, probably be my seventh or eighth time. So
Are
yeah.
they like a jam band or what type of music is it?
Yeah, so some people they will never say what CBDB means. Like if you ask them, it's
Hmm.
like a big like they have their own thing and they just let the
Yeah.
fans make up stuff. So one of the popular things that they think CBDB stands for is Crazy Boogie Dance Band. So like yeah, jam band.
It's just
Um
good music.
yeah,
Hmm.
just it's just the quintessential southern college town band. I don't know, and they're from Tuscaloosa, which is where a lot of my family's from too. So that's kind of like got my heartstrings pulling.
Yeah, no, I know
So
what you mean.
it's just like overall just super sweet and special to me,
Hmm.
and you can dance to it, so you can't
Yeah, for
complain too
like
much.
the few seconds that I heard of it sounded good. I never really did get the chance to kind of dive into their music. I remember freshman year for me, like they were playing at Bourbon a lot.
Yeah,
They play basically, I feel like they play downtown at least every weekend
and I remember
whenever stuff's
freshman
open.
year especially. I think I saw them like 3 times in one semester.
Mm,
And then I saw them in Athens this semester, or not this semester. What the heck?
yeah, time
Jan.
doesn't matter
I was gonna
anymore.
say time is an illusion at this point. So in January, if time is a thing,
Hmm.
I saw them in Athens. So that was the last time I saw them. So yeah, I average 3 times a year, but as I've gotten older, it's been more like once or twice a year.
Yeah,
So
I want to go back to Athens. I mean, I probably won't go to the Georgia game this year just because I didn't buy football tickets. I don't really care too terribly much about football myself.
yeah, same.
But when I went to Athens for the Georgia game, that was a blast.
Athens is awesome. It reminds me a lot of Auburn, but on a bigger scale and a little bit more touches of like Alabama, University of
Hmm.
Alabama. But I was actually there this weekend. I was there Tuesday, so we split up the drive because one of my best friends transferred to
Hmm.
Georgia, and so we picked her up on the way to North Carolina. But anyway, to break up the drive, I spent the night there last Thursday and last Tuesday, and like I'm literally at the point where I know my favorite restaurants and coffee
Oh
shops.
yeah, you've been there that many times.
Yeah, like because some of my closest friends have been there, and it's just it reminds me of Auburn, but it's just a little bit bigger, so it's really fun to visit.
Hmm.
But I will say I enjoy like coming back to Auburn every time I leave.
Yeah.
Great for a weekend, great to see friends, but Auburn's kind of a better weekday school for me, I guess you could say.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
So,
And did you go on a camping trip this past weekend? I saw like all
mhm.
those pictures because was the picture that I posted today. So the picture that I posted today on my Facebook and on the DJP
Yeah.
Instagram, was that taken this weekend or was that?
So that was taken this past summer.
Hmm.
But I was at a similar spot. So that picture was taken at Max Patch, which is a bald. So like
Hmm.
you get to the top of the mountain and it's just like a field, like you see for a, miles and
Yeah,
miles, which
yeah.
is rare because usually you just get a little lookout point on top of a rocky
Hmm.
mountain. But anyway, so that was taken at Max Patch, which is a bald. And then this weekend we went further north of where that picture was taken, like 3 hours north, and but it was very similar scenery, but just 3 hours north
Yeah.
in Tennessee.
I'm a huge fan of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh yeah,
Always have been.
yeah.
Because my mom actually went to high school. She went to boarding school up in North Carolina.
Wait,
So
what boarding school in what city?
it was in Asheville. I don't remember the name of it.
It
It
could have
was
been. She didn't go to Christ School because that's all boys. She probably went to the Asheville School.
I think it was called like Ben Lippen. I guarantee if she's watching
Yeah.
on Facebook right now, she'll leave a comment or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm curious now because I work in Montreat, which is about 20 miles. 20 miles. It's about
Mhm.
20 minutes east of Asheville,
Yeah.
and a lot of my coworkers are like the little campers I had. They were a lot of those schools, like Christ School, Asheville School, and there's a couple of public schools. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
I don't know too much about Asheville, but like one thing my mom always told me, and I feel it too, and I guarantee you do, like the
Mhm.
feeling whenever you first see the Blue Ridge Mountains coming up the interstate, it's like you
Mhm.
know that you're in the right place. Like, all right, I'm back. It feels good
Yeah,
to be back. Cause I mean,
yeah,
don't get me wrong, I love the South, but I don't like the beach, and I'm from where the beach
same.
is.
Oh wow,
I'd much
yeah,
rather just be in the mountains, out in the woods, running around without my shoes on, like feet in the dirt.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
what about
just
it, audience?
yeah, no, a lot of people from like that come from places where water is, like
Mm,
Mobile, where you're from, they have a hard time leaving, and I get that, but that's like me in mountains, because I mean Birmingham doesn't have, you know, the Great Smoky Mountains or anything,
yeah.
but I mean my house is about at 800 feet elevation, and I live in an area called Bluff Park, so
Hmm.
there's a bluff where you can look out into the valley. So again, not the most spectacular, but I've always been in elevation and places where it's a view and slightly colder than
Yeah.
where some of my friends are located. Yeah, like
Hmm.
this summer when I was working, I remember one day, it was a Sunday in July, so like in middle of the day, so pretty hot. I was wearing leggings and a flannel.
Mm,
Like, yeah,
I can't do that. I
yeah,
literally
can't even do that at 8 p.m. here.
walk into campus. Even I like trying to go around like 4:10 or so before it gets too hot in the day because
No,
it's
that's the hottest part because it's afternoon sun.
well no like afternoon to me is when it gets like super hot, but in the morning
Yeah,
is normally fine. Like I'll
yeah,
walk to campus and I'm like, all right, sweet, I made it to campus and I'm
yeah.
not sweating. Look at that.
And then when you go
And
back,
yeah, whenever I'm walking back, I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst thing in the world walking back.
yeah.
But all right, the next song is playing right now, Magnolia by the Essentialists. Dylan actually slid up on my story and mentioned this song to me. So like what is this song? I never even got a chance to listen to it.
Yeah, so the band is no longer together, but they went to my high school,
Oh, okay.
and I just remember the name Magnolia, like that just cuz like the Magnolia Avenue here and the
Mhm.
trees, so those are very like special things to me. So that's why I picked this song for the playlist, but also the band, yeah, went to my high school. They're not together anymore, but I caught them a couple of times at some really small venues in Birmingham. It was really fun because like one of my good friends was dating one of the people in the band at the time, and it was just like really fun to be with her and them, and they're like, yeah, they're a band, but they're like your friends too. So that was
Yeah, no,
that.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I'm sad they're not together, but this song is really sweet and cute. So
Yeah, that and I mean, do you know Sugar Magnolia by the Grateful
of
Dead?
course, yeah.
I absolutely love that song because I was going through like a huge Grateful Dead phase back in high school. I actually had one of my favorite listeners, shout out Mr. Kevin, because he commented on my Facebook thing, asking if I was a Deadhead because I had like the Deadhead shirt. And I
Yeah, you
mean,
look really preppy right now. Actually,
I
masters
look,
and fraternity sorority shirt
uh,
with the pocket.
I got this hat. I got it in like the Lost and Found at my last
You
job.
can get masters
Oh
stuff
yeah. Oh, I
anywhere.
didn't want to pay for it because I mean, Masters hats are pretty cool, and it had literally been in the bin, like our lost and found bin, since I like restarted working there. At the end of the summer, I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's been found now. And like the guy who won, Angel Cabrera, I probably just completely butchered his name. He's like the only guy from South America to ever win the Masters.
that's really cool.
Let me see if I can remember where he's from. I believe it might be Argentina, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
And, I mean, like last week we were talking about going to Argentina because talking about Patagonia.
I have
Yep,
something to say about Patagonia,
go
but keep
for it.
going.
No, go for it.
Oh, so one of my good friends she mailed me 3 books back in the summer, back in July, and finally on the third one, and it's called "Let My People Go Surfing,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's the founder of Patagonia. I can't pronounce his name. He's from Canada, but he is like full on French,
Yeah.
and or his family name is. So anyway, he's a really cool guy. And anyway, it's gives a history of Patagonia, obviously, and then their business philosophies. But what's really cool is because they've started off, Patagonia was they made climbing gear,
Yeah.
and then they found out their climbing gear was actually hurting the rocks, and obviously, speeding up the process of erosion, which is
Mm-hmm.
just really bad. You want erosion to happen naturally, not by man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you
Obviously.
mean. Yeah.
But so they developed they patented like the carabiner we know today, like the one I have in my backpack and
Mm-hmm.
we all use. And then they also patent some climbing gear that doesn't hurt the rocks. So you leave no trace. And anyway, so like that's what they were founded on. Like they were founded on like connecting man to nature without harming it. And obviously it took off. I mean, it took off right after they patented the new
Mm-hmm.
climbing gear. But so it's talking about how he like wrestles with, mass consumerism, which you kind of have to keep up with as for a business, but how you also can, you know, leave no trace and follow the philosophies you
Yeah.
back what you talk basically. So
And you're
really cool.
definitely a granola person. I knew that. Like from the moment I met you, I was like, oh yeah, this person definitely likes to be out in the woods. Having that, like the Patagonia thing of leaving no trace behind, because, I mean, that's just the right way to do it. You don't want to leave any trash. Like, okay, I can't lie. In the past, I may have littered before.
I've definitely accidentally littered too. Like it happens, but what's really cool is like it's really just the small steps that everyone does that really brings a collective whole. Like, if everyone was vegan, plant based, ate like that, that'd be awesome. If everyone in the world
Mhm.
did that, but it just goes back to limiting, just not doing nothing in excess
Yeah.
and doing your little part actually makes a difference. But the trick is getting everyone on it.
Yeah, it's hard to
So,
get everyone to do it
yeah.
because when it gets to the argument of that, it's like, oh, everyone else is doing it. It'll be fine if I don't.
Yeah.
That's like,
And it's
come on.
crazy, like how, like even limiting, say, shortening your shower 1 minute.
Mhm.
Like if everyone did that too, like it'd be incredible, like progress. So
Yeah.
it's just but it is encouraging just to know the little things really add up. So
Mm-hmm. All right, the next song we have, Manhattan by Kings of Leon. It's actually about to end right now, but I like Kings of Leon. I've never been like super into their music, but I had never heard this song before. What
Yeah.
was it about this one that made you pick it?
I mean, I think it was just I just really like it. I remember
Mhm.
listening to a lot to my drive to and from high school. So like it also brings me back to, that stage of my life, which is cool. And Kings of Leon, I just really like them. They're a family band. They're all cousins, which
Mhm.
is I think it's like scientifically proven that family bands have better harmonies because of the genetic
Yeah,
makeup or connection.
the Allman Brothers.
Yeah. So it's I mean and like yeah, there's lots of good examples there, but I just really like the song, really like the band.
I never knew that they were a family band. I had never known that
Yeah,
before.
they're cousins. I think there's like two brothers and one cousin.
I think Greta Van Fleet. I've talked about them before on here. I think some of
Yeah.
them might be related too. I'm trying to think of other people that might be related, like in popular bands that I can
I
think
know
of.
the group Alabama is
That yeah.
so my mom is uh she loves a good hymn. She grew up Baptist, so she got and then now she's Presbyterian, and so she's loved seeing all the different hymns, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. So like but she was telling me about this like special Alabama did, and they like had. I just remember. I wish I could remember, but I think it was like a Christmas special. But she was like, they had Mama on the keyboard, and then they got the dad out, and then
Mm-hmm.
of course Alabama. And she said it was just like the most incredible thing she's ever watched.
Do you
So,
know Christmas in Dixie?
oh yeah,
I love that song.
my mom when she lived in Dallas, after college and for away from Alabama for the first time, she said she heard that on the radio and started sobbing.
Oh,
It's so like I love that song too now.
I haven't heard it in, well, probably since Christmas, but
I listen. That's the Christmas song. The one Christmas song I will listen to when it's not Christmas time. I'm very like adamant December
hmm
1st, but like that song just makes me
I
like.
want to listen to it now.
I know I do too. I'm probably gonna cry if I listen to it.
I mean, no, we. Okay,
It's just cute.
just caught up on all my words right there.
It happens.
I remember the first time I heard about that song was actually here, not in here. It was in there. I believe it
Oh
was.
wow.
I won't say his name, but Country Boots and Roots.
Yeah.
I think it was him that might have been playing it. It was either him or someone else that did a country show at the time, my freshman year, and they said Christmas in Dixie, and it might have been you in the room or someone else said it. I was like, oh, that's a great choice. I'm like, what is this song? It's by
Honest, I
Alabama.
feel like I have a memory of that. I'm not even
It
kidding.
could have been you.
That
That could
just
have
like
been it.
dug up so many layers of my brain, but I really feel like I said that actually.
I something tells me that that's what it was because
Yeah.
that was before I really kind of knew everyone in the organization. Because
Yeah.
the first like semester of me joining was I was super awkward at first. Justin, do you remember Justin?
Kind of, yeah.
He was like the guy who helped me do my first show, and then he was like one of the people that kind of got me to start going back in the bullpen room,
Yeah.
just because whenever
I mean, that's how you
joined-
meet the people.
exactly. And I mean, I think the rest of our members will kind of figure that out eventually, because it took me a little while, but once I started going back there, well,
You're
I
in
mean,
it.
I'm always there.
don't
like,
leave.
I'm here 5 days a week. I don't even have class on Friday, and I still show up.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's how I kind of started meeting people. My freshman year, very, very different than how it is now.
Mhm.
It was awesome in its own way, but it was like way more scattered, spread out. Like I remember eating the bullpen every day. Like
Yeah.
I'd go get a rice bowl, which you can't get anymore. They changed it. Come in here, eat, but like no one would talk,
Oh,
and I like never knew anyone's name. I would like, I don't know. I mean, I was there, but it wasn't until like later on where I started kind of
Yeah.
talking and hanging.
once it got into like your sophomore year, my freshman year, that second semester,
That's where it like
when we started making all the keys on the computer, that
Yeah.
was hilarious. We used to have, like, ladies and gentlemen, we used to have, I think, like 26 or so keys, like just hotkeys, I think is what they're called.
or
They
like
were
yeah, key
mapped.
combinations where it would like do a command. So like if you hit like these three buttons, a meme would pull up.
Yeah, like a meme or some kind of video. Just so much stupid stuff that we would do to waste time. Just like
Like
we
what
would
can we
get
do
schoolwork
next?
done, but we would also be trying to like figure out how to use. I remember that's kind of where I really started learning how to use Audition and Premiere. I barely know how to use Premiere, but they made just meme videos of like the March Madness thing with
Mhm.
Noah. Do you remember the March Madness video that they made and
I
like the
think so,
stop
yeah.
shooting threes, all the stuff on the Twitter?
There's so many.
There's some classic stuff on there. But let me get back into the music. All right, Carolina. Okay, is it Carolina in my mind or on my mind? By James Taylor.
It's in my mind because I just literally had to sing the lyric because he says I'm going to Carolina in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I never really understood. I mean, I've heard the song plenty of times, but
Yeah, the preposition you feel like wouldn't work, but when you hear the full sentence, you're like, oh, because you
Yeah.
don't say I'm going to Carolina on, but he's like, but I'm not getting
It's
English
such a
lesson,
good
but
song too. Yeah.
yeah, it's actually so fun fact. I really don't love this song,
Hmm.
but I mean, just the fact that it's by James Taylor and it says Carolina in my mind, so it makes sense. I think I just overplayed it a lot too because it's on my mind a lot.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So, but yeah, it's just a nice little tune, and
Are the Carolinas your favorite state?
yeah, so yeah, North Carolina, because I've been going there my whole life. I have lots of family from there, um, and we go to this spot called Montreat, which is like a town conference center, Presbyterian church, like central. It's kind of
Hmm.
hard to explain, but it's basically like, have you seen Dirty Dancing?
I have not.
Okay. Well, anyway, the setup there is like they're at this vacation town, kind of.
Hmm.
And that's literally like, whenever I tell people what Montreat is, it's like Dirty Dancing's like set up, but not Dirty Dancing.
Was it that or Footloose that was filmed at, was it Lake Lure? It's
I
like
couldn't tell
in
you.
that kind of general area. It's like one of those movies was filmed, I know somewhere right around that, but I don't remember which one it was. What
One of the
someone might
80s movies, they all run together
it
to
was
me.
someone in the comments might know what it is.
Yeah.
If you do, let me know.
If you know Montreat, speak up too.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't even see the comments right now. So like this happens almost every time where I'll have like either someone comment like trying to get my attention while I'm doing the show.
Mhm.
I can't see it. I'm sorry. If
That's
you
the
want to
weird.
shout
That's the
out,
weirdest feeling, you know. Like,
like if they want to shout out, they got to text me. But
yeah,
my
of
phone's over there because we're trying not to focus on that. Because
course.
I mean, the iPhone might be like the greatest thing that's ever been invented in our generation. I mean, for like our parents' generation, the greatest invention was probably the internet. For us, I think it has to be the iPhone, but those things are dangerous. Like,
No, yeah, I mean, a lot of my marketing classes were learning about the data mining of stuff, and like it's great to a certain extent. Again, like a lot of things.
mhm.
I feel like there's just lines being crossed sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. But that just kind of goes back on the thing of doing literally anything in excess.
Yep.
It can be a problem.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Live
All
with DJP number
moderation.
22. Let's do things in moderation from now on.
Yeah.
So if anyone needs to hear that, there's your little message right there. So playing right now, Blue Sky, the Allman Brothers Band. I listened to this song like 3 times today
Yeah.
because I absolutely love this song.
It's
Guitar
so
in it.
awesome when it's a pretty day outside too. Like,
Hmm.
I was at my boyfriend's early this morning, and he has a record player, and he put on Eat a Peach, and I don't think the side had Blue Sky on it, but it was oh gosh, I forget which song, but
Melissa.
no, I think it's One Way Out. I forget, but anyway, the whole side of that record was just nice to listen to in the morning. Like,
Hmm.
we were taking the dog outside and everything, and it was
Speedy.
playing. Yeah, we were taking Speedy outside, and it's sunny, and it was Almond Brothers was playing, and it felt good, you
It's
know.
just a great moment.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Eat a Peach. I actually just ordered an Almond Brothers shirt yesterday. Just
Oh, what
'cause,
kind? Or like which? Yeah, what does
it
it look
kind of
like?
looks like the Eat a Peach one. I got it from Deadstock 1965, that website that has all those band shirts.
Okay, yeah. Is it a cheap website? Because I found the lead singer of Vampire Weekend shared his like thrift store
Hmm.
secret place where he gets Fish and Grateful Dead t-shirts, but they're like $250 each.
Why in the no? I got this thing for like $20,
Okay,
and
good.
then
I didn't want to lecture you on why you shouldn't spend that
I
money on a
no, I'm
t-shirt.
not about to spend hundreds of dollars on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I bought a Liquid Blue T-shirt, like the Pink Floyd shirt I have,
Yeah.
and I think my Grateful Dead shirt might also be Liquid Blue, and their shirts are like around 25, $30, not bad. But they last forever. They got the cool.
At-
They got
yeah.
really good art.
The most I've ever spent on a t-shirt. I'm sorry if you're listening to this, Dad, but I was at the Fleetwood Mac concert, farewell tour, whatever. I've spent 55.
55 on a T-shirt.
Yeah, but it has like
Macklemore-
the stripes on the
Okay.
side.
Well, Macklemore is crying somewhere.
Yeah.
Thrift shop. I'm hoping that you know the reference I'm making
Yes.
right now.
I had to
Okay,
think a
okay.
second. I'm not gonna lie, but I picked up what you're putting down.
We talked about Macklemore a little bit last week. 'Cause my friend Garrett's like a huge Macklemore fan, and I feel like you don't find Macklemore fans.
I've never been a
that
Macklemore
often.
fan. I was gonna say if you want to talk about Macklemore, we can, but I don't know anything.
I don't know. I like we talked about him last week, but I don't know nothing
Yeah.
about Macklemore, and I have
I
like
mean,
a
that beat though in Thrift Shop, I remember listening to that in 8th grade and being like,
Can't Hold Us too. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Downtown.
that
There's
one
another
was just a sad, like trying to, when like they try to make sequels of movies and
Mhm.
it just, you're like, that sucked. Like, that's what I think of when I hear Downtown, I'm not gonna lie. Cause I'm like, he tried to get a groovy beat going like Thrift Shop, but
Yeah.
like, I was like, mm.
You don't like that song?
I mean, I don't hate it, but like, I just like Thrift Shop more, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, I get that. Have you seen the music video for Downtown?
No, that might change it for me though.
That I mean, it's kind of like a similar music video, but I see what you're saying by him trying to make a sequel. Now that
Yeah.
you say it, it totally makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, no, at first I was like, I literally said, the first time I heard it, I was like, this is a sad 2.0 of Thrift Shop. And I was just like, done.
We may have just lost a follower because of that. It could be him.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
kidding.
Macklemore, if you're listening. But
Sorry,
I
Macklemore
really like Thrift Shop.
and Ryan Lewis too. I'm giving him some
Oh,
credit
yeah,
because
yeah.
if you can't have the music without both of them. You
Oh,
know?
I'm not going to lie to is it Same Love?
Same
That
love.
song puts me to tears every
Mhm.
time. And not only with like the singer, but some of the stuff he says. Oh my goodness, that is a good
It
song.
it does hit. It does,
does
hit. That
hit.
and White Walls. White Walls.
I don't know
is-
that one.
That it's. I think it's from the same album. I'm not entirely sure because I'm obviously not a Macklemore stan because there's a difference from being a fan and a stan. And if
Can you
anyone,
explain that? Actually, I don't
Have you ever heard Eminem's song "Stan"?
know, but
Okay.
no, but I'm kind of familiar with the Stan vibe, whatever.
So "Stan" is a song about like one of Eminem's biggest fans. It's like a completely fictional story, but it's like being written from like one of his fans is writing letters to Eminem and trying to get his attention. And then this fan, he's like really into him. And then, like as he's writing, just kind of starts saying like just kind of messed up stuff. And then, and like the final thing he sends him, it's like a voice recording, and he's like, I don't want to get too into it just
Yeah.
because it's like, it's dark. It's simply dark stuff. And the
I
guy's
just
name
was-
is Stan.
Oh, I literally was just thinking it was like, we stand this. Like,
Well, that's like, so this song is where it originated from.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was named after a dude named Stan. I
Yeah.
thought it was like, we stand it. So like stand up for it,
Mhm.
support it. That's how I interpreted it.
I think it's just kind of an exaggerated version of being a fan. Like, I absolutely love it. It's just like, I stand that.
Got it.
I kind of think it sounds a little dumb. I mean, it's whatever. Like, if people are going to say it, I don't care. Like, if you say it, I might think
As long
like,
as it's not
whatever.
mean or ugly or
Yeah.
racist, that's fine.
If you're trying to be. Oh, we got to be careful when we talk about all that stuff.
As long as it's nice, if it's a nice term, it's a nice term.
Yeah.
So
And if you're not using it to be rude, then use it all you want. But
exactly.
it's a really good song. And then like the song concludes with Eminem's response to the guy, and the dude in the song like literally drives off a bridge. Like he's like, just drank a fifth of vodka, you dare me to drive, and it's like he's got his girlfriend, and like I don't want to even get into it.
Yeah.
It freaks me out reading about it.
Wow, I
And
kind of wish I didn't know what Stan really came from now.
I mean, I do
Right.
like the song, but it makes you emo. It's one of those songs that you
Yeah.
can't listen to it without being like,
Dang.
the Stephen A. Smith pain meme. But let's go ahead and move on to the next song, "Shake the Frost," Tyler Childers, the live version. It
Oh,
actually
yes.
just finished playing, but go for it.
It's my favorite Tyler Childers. I can never say his
got it,
name.
you
I have
got
to
it.
pause a second. Tyler Childers. Whew. All right, there we go. It's my favorite song by him.
Mhm.
And the live version is great. I remember, I mean, I just discovered this song is just as simple as my friend Grace was listening to it on Spotify and listened to it and really liked it because I like his music too. But the live version and that slower song that just played is just really nice. And Tyler Childers is pretty dope. I love, just kind of reminds me of like my mom and kind of the South I was raised in, which is like Southern, but like very open and kind of not your Southern like cute, soft
Mhm.
spoken. No, like I
Like the actual South.
yeah,
Not the
he's
what's
from Kentucky. He's from Appalachia area, which I really like that area. So I don't know. I like the way he talks about like religion and songs too. It's just very. He's just kind of like, I'm a sinner, but I'm trying.
yeah, he's got the good
He's
vibe.
like, I'm no sinner. I'm trying and praying, but
He speaks for all of us. He really
right.
does.
Like, so I just really like how he's just really open and yeah, and just his given
Genuine.
where he's from. I just really have a lot of respect for him too. He's
Yeah.
homegrown.
I mean, only song that I've heard Feathered Indians, and then there's one called like All Yorn,
Yep,
something like that.
that one's cute.
I didn't know if
I
I was
love
gonna
that
pronounce that
one.
wrong.
Okay, yeah. So my mom growing up would be like, "Is this yorin?"
Hmm.
Instead of saying, "Is this yours?" So like instead of all yours, all yorin.
Okay,
Yeah,
is that
that's like country term. Yeah,
okay? I never heard that before.
yeah. Like my mom would be like, she'd like pick up a laundry and be like, "Is this yorin?"
Mm,
Like joking, but like because she heard that seriously growing up.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So
literally.
I say it jokingly when I'm cleaning around the house with my mom. I'm like, "Is this urine?"
Oh yeah, I'll say some like country bumpkin redneck stuff sometimes. I don't even realize it. Especially the way I say the word time. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm
Time,
not saying about like time.
time.
It's hard for me to do it whenever I'm thinking about it, but if I'm talking about saying like all the time,
Yeah,
I can't make myself do it is the problem.
it just depends on who I'm around. It really that's
Mm,
what it comes down to. Because a lot of both non-Southerners and Southerners have told me I don't sound Southern, but I'm not even kidding. There are times it just comes out.
yeah,
It'll just be a single word. Or for what was the word that my friend called me out on? Oh my
I have
goodness.
no idea.
Yeah, well anyway, there was a certain word that I was saying wrong my whole life that I didn't get corrected until
Hmm.
this summer.
I wonder what it was.
I'll have to text my friend after, but yeah, there's it comes out.
Yeah. All right, and then all right, what's playing right now? I put the Tears for Fear version. It's actually chilling back there now I think about it, but the Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Lettuce. That was
Yeah.
the one that you had on the playlist, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I had it on my iTunes.
Mhm.
So if you ever want to listen to it or play it in there, I can get it for you.
Mhm.
But anyway, Lettuce is so CBDB is like a jam band, and then Lettuce kinda is, but they're like jam jazzy band. They have the saxophones, they have the trumpets, they have everything.
Mhm.
Anyway, they're just a really groovy group. I saw them senior year of high school, like on a Tuesday night, and it was just really fun, and you just boogie.
I've definitely heard of them before. I
They're
don't remember
great.
like what all songs I've heard by them, but I
Oh,
love.
you wouldn't know. I mean, because it's just all music, so it's hard to like remember which song is
Mhm.
which. So, but
Yeah.
sorry, what were you saying?
I was in like Birmingham. This is last year, and I remember we were just listening to all different types of jam band music. It was like Grateful Dead, Fish, and okay, I think Allman Brothers. A little bit of their music is jam band, not all of it. But I
It's been
remember,
adapted by the jam band group. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was at, whenever I see like Fish or Grateful Dead paraphernalia, like around, not paraphernalia, but merch,
yeah,
Allman Brothers is always next to it now.
hmm
Like like if you're in a store setting where that kind of stuff would be grouped together, I've been noticing that like the past couple of years.
one song I want to play on here. Have you heard "Queen of Hearts" by Greg Allman?
Mm-mm. Wait, I
It's
probably yes, I have.
It's from his solo career, and I was here yesterday trying to put in stuff for the new music hour, and I had it queued up in there, and I hadn't heard it in like a few weeks, but I liked the song so much, I was like, all right, Dylan was sitting in there. I had to pause the music, and I'm like, all right, I have to go do some work in there. Please don't press play because I want to hear the song so bad.
Yeah,
It's that good that I
yeah. The
had
song
to.
I have some songs where I pause before I leave the room to come back. You know,
Mhm.
yeah.
I saw something. I think it might have been on your Snapchat story. It was when the song that you're hearing doesn't hit the wrong. Uh, sorry, sorry, audience. I'm waving to someone who's outside the door right now, trying to get in. I'm not sure how to signal to him other than just like continuing to talk. Completely lost my train of thought. Everybody wants to rule the
Um,
world's where we left off. Dang it, I completely forgot what I was
I was
saying.
gonna say something too. Oh, my Snapchat story.
Oh, when you have to replay a song because it doesn't hit the same way, like the one part
No,
of the
it was
song.
yeah, but it was that, but Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons,
Hmm.
like playing back a song, and it was like me playing that song again because it didn't make me like cry hard enough.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Just stuff like that. I think that is the funniest thing in the world. Like a specific thing I can bring up almost every show just because I love it. But the bass line in the chain, that boom,
Yeah.
that's like the first thing I was determined to learn whenever I got that bass guitar.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to learn how to play it. It sounds so
The bass
cool.
is the best instrument because it's so underappreciated but so essential.
Hmm.
Um,
I like playing it because with the guitar, it's more about the sound of it that you can make with it. But with
mhm.
the bass, you feel it. You feel
Yeah.
what you're doing a lot better.
So I read Flea from the drummer,
Hmm.
sorry, the
The bassist.
bassist. Oh, it's been a long day. From Red Hot Chili Peppers, his not memoir, but his like kind of
Hmm.
autobiography, and it's called Acid for the Children. Great book if y'all are looking for a book recommendation. Anyway, he talked about the like playing the bass like it was a religious experience
Yeah.
because like it's just very different from the guitar. Like a lot more it's more internal than external.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the way he described it sounds awesome. I wish I could play.
I mean, it's always sitting in there if you ever want to try.
Yeah, I was telling my coworkers this summer. I was like, I actually remember telling them I was like, I'm so excited to get back to Auburn so I can start picking up the guitar. So I might come in tomorrow. I kind of have some free time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'll be here all day tomorrow. I got to help with like a little bit of training and stuff. And I've
yeah,
got a lot of schoolwork. I've
I
been
need to.
studying. Hmm?
We'll go ahead and make plans because I can help tomorrow because I was out of town, so I didn't do my office
Yeah.
hours yesterday. So I'll help you out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, I know Breland's probably not watching, but I didn't do my office hours today because I'm here every
You're
single day
here
of the
so
week. That
yeah,
I'm like, if someone needs me, they got my phone number, they got all that, and I
yeah.
had to study for this test because we're both
School comes
business
first.
majors, and we both know that school comes first. And I am in a class that you probably took like 2 years ago,
No, I took it
but
last semester and it's hard.
business, oh my word,
Yeah, the number
I'm
two.
not like bashing the school. I'm just saying this is just a hard class.
Yeah, you
It's
just
just difficult.
yeah.
But I mean, I think I did okay. It's just one of those tests that's like really
You don't know how
difficult.
you did
Huh? Well,
because that's how I felt when I took him. I was like,
yeah.
could be an A, could be an F.
Yeah.
That was one of
Cuz
those classes.
especially when it's the first test on a brand new teacher that you've never had before, you're like,
And after
I
a
don't know
long
what I'm
weekend, that's
yeah, after a long like but that's just part of education.
oh yeah. I mean, I had a test last week. I
Yeah.
took it in Athens actually. I've really been utilizing work from home,
Mhm.
aka work from wherever my laptop is. But
That's kind of how it is.
yeah, it's kind of fun.
All right, we kind of went ahead and skipped over it, but can you get to that by Funkadelic? It's already played, but go for it.
Um, just again, one of my favorite songs by this specific artist. And I'm a sucker for samples. So if not considering, but if you're familiar,
Mhm.
with sampling, it's like I think you know, but for anyone who doesn't know, it's like when you take a part, like a segment of a song, say like the riff, the chorus, not really the lyrics, but like or just a part of the song and repurpose it to put it in your song.
Yeah.
So this band called Sleigh Bells, the song is called Real Real. They sampled that song.
Okay.
So it's the music part, and then so it's just they actually just took the music and they sped it up a little bit or something or slowed it down, one or the other, and had their own lyrics. And I
Yeah.
also really like that song too. So
Yeah, another sample that was like huge was Lucid Dreams by Juice World. That song was actually a sample of I think it might have been just from Sting. He's the guy that sings for the Police.
yeah,
I can't think of the name of the song, but the fact that like this song completely overshadowed this song that Sting made. Apparently he got really upset about it and like may have tried to sue him.
there's been cases. Well, what's cool or what's very interesting, like I've done like 3 Kanye West sample shows
Mhm.
because all of his stuff is sampled. and a lot of people have great disdain towards that. And like I get when you taking a complete song and um like using a big part of it instead of just an element of it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that gets annoying. But Kanye, so many of his stuff is sampled, and what's cool is like I found some of the artists, and they're just itty bitties. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I bet they were like, yes.
Oh,
So
when they saw
it's just
Kanye
interesting.
West, like,
Yeah,
my style. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So that was always really really cool to research, and um, I feel like just because I've listened to a lot of different kind of music, so a lot of times I'll just be listening to something that when Spotify takes over the radio and plays
Mm-hmm.
suggested music. So I'll be studying a lot when I'm just letting music play, and I'll stop in my tracks when I hear something familiar, and then like
Have to look
double,
up the
yeah.
sample.
Well,
Oh
and
yeah.
also for the audience, y'all should definitely go on whosampled.com. Look
Oh,
up
I know
anything.
exactly what that
Yeah,
is.
you look up anything, and a lot of times, like for example, I looked up a Beach House song. They are sampled in so much stuff.
What's
Crazy.
it? Silver Spring, or
Silver Sun.
maybe Silver something, but it's the same thing from like Money Trees by
Yep.
Kendrick
Mhm.
Lamar.
And
Silver Soul.
Silver
That's
Soul,
what it is.
and then a weekend. One of my favorite weekend songs is Master of None sample, which is their like
Oh
number
yeah,
one
that's
song.
the party and
Um,
after party.
yep,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then there's a lot of other ones. The weekend has sampled Beach House twice.
What other song? Do you
Oh
know?
gosh,
Can you think of the name of like the weekend song? Because I might be able to think of the
mm-mm.
Beach House song. Because I got a good friend of mine.
Oh yes, it's I couldn't tell you the Beach House song because it's one of their really random ones. And then
Beach House is so
I'm blanking on the weekend song, and I'm trying to think of this. I can playing the lyrics in my head, but honestly, the weekend is
Can
gross.
you name the album?
It's from the Trilogy album. I know that.
Okay, yeah, I think I
There's
might
like
know what
40
you're referencing.
songs. Yeah, on that one.
Trilogy's one of. Okay,
Trilogy's awesome.
Trilogy's
That's an
amazing.
album that's changed my life.
It's on my my top 20, my computer background thing of
Yeah.
like my top 20. I absolutely love Trilogy, even though the weekend is he's kind of gross. Not
Yeah.
at a bad. Well, next song.
Yeah.
Okay. You told me to play. I think it was like, is it "Daddy Issues" or
Mhm.
something by
No.
Beyonce?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what it was, but I
It's
couldn't.
not Daddy Issues. I'm looking it
It was
up.
something like that. But
Daddy Lessons.
that's what it was. I'm playing the "Drunken Love" remix just because I love that song. I think we talked about Beyonce a little bit either last week or the week before.
I think a week before when we're in the office together
Hmm.
because I am born again Beyonce fan. Like
Yeah.
I always loved her, but then I kind of like honestly forgot about her, and I
Hmm.
went off to college, found new music. But I grew up dancing,
Yeah.
so like Beyonce was what like sparked me to get into dance and hip hop, and she is just so she's just an incredible role model and figure, and works so hard. Like my hip hop teacher danced with her at the Super Bowl show. Yeah,
That's pretty
taught
sick.
it. So she actually taught us to dance and brought in heels and everything, and we danced to it. She's
Wow.
talking about her experience with Beyonce, and yeah, she's a very loving and like very warm person, but she means business, which is
Hmm.
like something I love about her because she can play both.
She can do it. She can do it
She can
all.
do it
She
all.
can literally do anything.
And I was listening to Lemonade for the first like I've only know a couple songs from Lemonade, and each song is about a different emotion about how she's going through the
The
cheating,
Jay-Z.
divorce,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they got that mess.
Yeah.
And
It was a huge mess.
yeah, but what's so cool is like she just I think they're still together, which is very impressive. And then like instead of doing whatever, she made an one song about each emotion. Like that is like that is
Like she
comes with
didn't
that.
she didn't let it get to her. She used
She made art out
that
of it.
negative energy and like made art out of it. And
Yeah.
I mean, I do that sometimes whenever I'm here. Like I remember this is like really early on in the semester. I got like called into work early or something like that, and I was just like, all right, you got to be kidding me. I got to go in, and I had been planning on coming here, so I like came here, started playing the bass, and me and my buddy Nate, like we'll talk about, like we play music all the time, and I'll say like, oh, speaking to me, like talking about the bass, like sometimes it talks to you, sometimes it doesn't. That's just the
Yeah.
way it goes. Like either you're feeling it or you're not.
Mhm.
But if I ever have like I'm like either in like a bad mood or a great mood and I pick it up, it's like you can just convert that energy into
Yeah.
something crazy. And that's basically exactly what she did with Lemonade.
Yeah.
And I've only listened to the album. I sat down and put it on one time. I was playing
I remember getting like
something.
the what was that weird music platform?
Tidal.
Tidal. I got
Tidal.
a Tidal account for it. Never listened to it.
Yeah,
But
Tidal's Jay-Z's thing.
because I also got Tidal for Jay-Z's album 444.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a big Jay-Z fan, so but yeah, shout out Beyonce. Like I'm so glad I'm a newfound fan again.
Born again.
Born
yeah.
again fan, yeah, not newfound. I've been there.
I remember the first time I like really noticed Beyonce was there was something on my Instagram feed or Twitter or something. It's like Beyonce skydiving. She took a selfie and she just looks like
Perfect.
not like someone who would be skydiving at the moment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just stuck out to me. I was like, you're telling me that this is a real person falling through the air right now and they just have this composure about them. If I was falling through the air, I'd be freaking. I'm not going to use the F word. But
Mom.
the audience understands. The audience completely understands.
I'm very scared of heights, so I understand.
Yeah. And coming into the next song, Tech's about to play right now, I'm going to let you pronounce it. Outcast, AT.
Aliens.
Okay. That's what I figured what it was. I mean, I've listened to the song once or twice, so I don't really know.
It's one of their albums too. I have it on vinyl. Yeah, Outkast is just amazing. They really like. I definitely like rap. Definitely don't. I'm not super knowledgeable about it, but growing up in Birmingham, Alabama, and being close to Atlanta, I mean, and the when I was born and kind of honestly having memories of media like watching TV or music videos or stuff, was a lot of like the southern rap, like Ludacris, Outkast, 3 6 Mafia. I wasn't really listening to 3 6 Mafia, but that was until later years. But yeah, I mean, so what's really cool too is hip hop rap has been almost territorial, like not territorial, but like the West Coast sound, the East Coast
West
sound,
Coast, and then like
Brooklyn,
Flatbush, all that.
Yeah. And then like there's even more stuff today, but finally the South got like a chance in the 90s with Outkast, and I was telling JP about this before. So I think at the 1990 Source Awards, they got some award. I want to say it was like Best Emerging Group of the Year or something. And they were booed when they were getting their award because everyone, I think that was still when the South, like no one from the South was doing anything except country. Like there was no, I don't think they had, I think there was definitely hip hop artists out there, but they didn't have a platform yet.
Stuck out the way Outkast.
Right. Well, no one knew about it either. And so like as they were getting booed, I forget which member said it, but he was like, yo, the South got something to say. And I was like,
that's where the title comes from.
That's where the title comes from. And just growing up in the South, like hearing that, and then like, just having grown up with, I mean, I wasn't born when he did this, but like finally watching that video of him saying that later on in life, and, growing up with Outkast and other Southern rap artists, like that's just dope to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was reading the article from NPR before this, and they said, here it is. At the 1995 Source Awards, Andre 3000, so it was Andre, issued a proclamation or a prophecy.
Yeah.
The South got something to say, or a prophecy. Like
he was right though.
Yeah,
he was really correct.
Said, listen up, like we got it down here.
Got something to say.
I was so mad. I watched this Evolution of Hip Hop documentary on Netflix. They did it by they did it by territory.
Yeah.
The South, and not even just Atlanta was featured, and I was like, I turned it off. I was like, you can't have the evolution of hip hop without the South in there.
Yeah, and you were the one that introduced me to Spodioti Dopalicious. That was all you, because I heard it because when I was doing my imaging, the first time I made the Woodstock Hour,
It's been my imaging forever. Yeah.
was I heard your thing, and I just heard like the horns that they got in that song. I was like, this is literally one of the greatest rap songs. Yeah, like
Yeah, and then
dancing
like
to it, I
the
can't
like
help it.
almost like water noise in the back. That's like the I don't know. Like
it's
you can't even
so good.
like you can't even say the sounds. You have to like move it.
Yeah.
Like it's
And then it goes with like the title. I can't think of the title, or I can't think of how to pronounce it. It's like
Spodioti
the album,
Doublelicious.
it's like Equimini.
Equimini, yeah.
It's got like the aqua kind of sound to it because they have a little bit of that sound going on throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
Like, are you familiar with E40?
I've listened to it, but yeah.
Well, we make jokes about how E40 kind of has that sound too, where he sounds like he's rapping underwater. Was someone waving at us right now?
Yeah.
Trey Young, greater
just
than
piecing
Luka.
out.
Oh, I see that thing back there. All right, that's not my take. I think that Luka is better than Trey Young for any sports fans out there. I know how irrelevant that is to the entire conversation we're having right now.
I had no idea who are those. Who are these people?
So Luka Doncic he's like the European prince of basketball. So this guy, I think he's maybe my age or a year or two older.
Wow.
He was like not the first pick of the draft, but everyone was thinking like, oh, he played in the Euro League. He's not going to make a splash at all in the NBA, but he won the MVP and like scoring champion and like won the title in like his final year in the Euro League before he decided to come here. And people were like, nah, he ain't going to do nothing. And
wait, he goes to Auburn?
No. This is
before
this is NBA that we're talking about.
Oh, okay. So here as in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't talking about Auburn. I'm just talking about NBA. Like whole.
Yeah, I don't know anything, so
it's all good.
All right. That's cool.
We got sidetracked, but Players Ball by Outkast. So tell me about that one.
My boyfriend showed me this one, and it's his favorite one, so now I'm really liking it. It's from Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music album. Yeah. So they like the Compound Noun songs. Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music is also a great song. But yeah, that was their first album. I don't know. I think it was one of their early. It's definitely one of their earlier albums.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, so it's from the Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music album, and it's just a great one.
I've got a friend of mine who has a signed Outkast album. He got it. I think he had it shipped to him from like Germany somewhere. I need to like see it in person because I don't think he's listening right now. But he was one of the dudes that I did like a WEGL session with them last year. So I think that's so cool. I want to get some kind of signed album to have like in like my future office. Yeah,
I've kind of started collecting things for my retirement office. Like I feel like I have retirement planned out more than my next 4 years.
Retirement planned out. Are you 22 yet? Or are you 21?
I'm 22.
Wait, did you just turn 22?
Yeah, like a month ago.
Okay, I was about to say, I thought that you just had a birthday.
Yeah, if I'm new to the 22 scene. Speaking of 22 and signed albums, Taylor Swift, I didn't listen to her new album, but I was just thinking about signed albums. On Record Store Day, which I went to the one in Opelika, shout out 10,000 Hertz. But I was on Twitter seeing Seasick Records, which is in Birmingham. They posted, not until they're giving the last one out, that they had signed CDs of folklore. Oh wait,
is that the name of it? Folklore?
Yeah, the new album.
Yeah.
But okay, and I just had a realization. I've been saying folk for like wrong my whole life.
That was the
I
word?
say folk. I literally say FOWK.
I mean,
like my friend Laurel, she was like, "What'd you say?" I was like, "Folk," and she was like, "Folk," and I was like, "Oh."
It don't really matter. It's that southern drawl. I mean, I said it don't matter.
Yeah.
We all got it. It's just part of how we talk.
But that was the word I remember. She was like, "You've been saying that wrong," and I was like, "Oh well."
Yeah, I kind of, man, when people say like you're saying it wrong, I'm like, it's communication. It's just how it works. Like when it comes to being well spoken,
I kind of love the accents. Like, I think, and especially like, not only by territory, but like, whatever, household you grow up in, whatever accent comes out of that, I think that should just be celebrated. Like, I always hear about how people have to like not go through training, but they really push themselves to lose an accent, be more professional, and like that's almost like wiping out part of a cultural aspect
Yeah.
of stuff.
It's like erasing like the part of you,
Yeah,
like your
because
language.
language is it's such a big part of culture, and the accents that come with it is part of, just as much as part of communication and language, and kind of stinks how some people think that they have to get
Speak
rid of it. And
properly.
then some people, I mean, some corporations condone that too. And I'm like, all right, can we just communicate in peace?
I mean, it can be frustrating because, well, like when you're applying for a job, you want to be super composed, all that. But I mean, I just kind of hate that. I want to be as genuine as I can if I'm being in an interview. And I mean, I don't speak very well. I barely, I
I think
did
you
so
do.
bad in grammar classes. I literally did not have C's in my classes till high school English.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
once I was in high school and I started taking English class, I was like, damn, I don't know how to talk right, I
Yeah.
guess. But I mean, I just kind of have my own kind of way of about speaking, doing things, just
I think you're articulate.
somewhat. Sometimes it depends.
You get your point across, which that's literally what communication's all about.
Yeah,
So,
is getting your point
and
across.
sometimes people who have the most spiffy accents can't communicate. So, there's no good in that. So,
Exactly. And we talk how we want. Because on Live with DJP, we do live stories, live emotions. And I mean, I'm not even going to finish it because I don't want to have to repeat the title again. But currently playing is Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone. Tell me about this one.
um, so I actually didn't know this song until I knew People Every Day, which
Mm,
is by Arrested Development,
yeah.
and it's a pretty much it's kind of like a remix sample version of this song, and it's from the 90s, and Arrested Development's
Mm,
a great group, and so it has that vibe, which I always really liked. And then um well, I knew this song, but it wasn't until after listening to people every
People Every
day.
Day.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how like I found the sample before. Not the
Hmm.
found, but I really realized the sample before the actual song, because I mean, I just heard this song growing up a lot. Like it's a
Yeah.
classic.
Do you know Que Sera? It's
Um
another one by Sly and the Family
yeah,
Stone.
I like the If You Want Me to Stay too. Like
Hmm.
this whole album that this is from is great.
I need to listen to their music more. I
Yeah,
remember I used to listen to
they're
Que Sera.
great.
Que Sera, I think it's just called Que Sera, Sera. It's like What Happens Will Be.
Mhm.
I think that might be what it is. I want to look it up.
That sounds about right, especially with the I'm thinking of the song.
It just gives you a good vibe. Like, don't worry about
Yeah.
it. You're
I
good.
love this song because and I heard it in an insurance commercial recently, and I was
Hmm.
like, perfect. Like my marketing mind was like, that's great because I, it's just talking about how like we're everyday people.
We're
We're
just
all chilling. No need to hate. No need to be ugly.
yeah. There's no room for hate in this world.
Yeah. There's no
And
room to be petty. Like, I don't know. It's just a good feeling song that just makes you want to like get in a group.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
you want to get a good like group of people together. You want to be
Yeah.
with like your tribe.
You
Like
don't
your
want to listen to it alone, I feel like.
Mhm. And then currently playing Wide Open Spaces, The Chicks.
Yes.
Not the Dixie Chicks, The Chicks.
Oh,
Am I
yes.
going to get canceled for saying Dixie? Is that about I'm
Yeah.
kidding. I'm kidding. All right, keep going.
But I really like the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks. I'm going to be. It's hard not. I've just
Z-
knew the Dixie Chicks for so long. It's hard to say like the
mm,
Chicks now. But it's just a great song. I really like how they're. I'm not wild about country music, but women in country music, like female country artists, are some of my favorite artists.
mhm.
But I'm not too wild about country music. But just how, um, I don't know, the way they carry themselves, and
I,
I just love women in country. I think it's because it
I,
reminds me of my mom. So like that's why I'm
yeah.
like woo. And this song is really sweet, and the chicks are fun. So
That I like their cover of Landslide a lot.
oh
That
yeah.
was the original Landslide that I had heard, and I was like, man, this is a really good
I
song.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the first landslide I heard because I remember my mom had Dixie Chicks CDs in the car growing up.
Yeah, I remember back in high school, the first time I heard like the Chicks was, well, it wasn't just Landslide because I'd probably heard it on the radio at some point, and I had a psychology teacher He was one of my favorite teachers. I know he's probably not paying attention, but I'm gonna give him a shout out anyway. Shout out Coach Buck. He was literally one of my favorite teachers from high school, and in his psychology class, whenever we weren't doing anything like lecture wise, if we just had stuff to work on, he would just play music, and it was always either Foo Fighters or the Dixie Chicks. I don't know why it was
That's an
like
interesting
yeah,
duo.
juxtaposition right there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's a big word. See, maybe I do know a little bit of English. Maybe I do. But he played this song. I was like, man, this song is like really familiar. It's really good. And then I went home and I looked it up and I listened to like both Landslides that day.
Yeah.
And I kind of forgotten about it until I heard Landslide like a year ago. Landslide is one of my favorite songs.
I don't listen to it a lot because it's like I don't want to make it not special. It's one of those songs.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
I was a mess when I saw it live.
I know exactly how you feel. That's
Yeah.
like me with seeing like Chance the Rapper. Because do you know Chance the Rapper's music that well?
I know Acid Rain, not Acid
Acid
Rain,
Rap.
Acid Rap, and Coloring Book.
Yeah, Coloring Book. It's like the very last
Coloring Book is
song.
awesome.
Blessings, the one that's got all the
Yeah.
features on it. He did both of them, and it's like, are you ready for these blessings? Like the way he's talking about it is just like, are you ready? And like I'm listening to the song and I'm at the concert like, what if I'm not?
I love, yeah, and gosh, sorry, I got really excited, but that's
no,
dope
yeah.
experience you had. But it was really cool about that. Some of those features in that album is like Kirk Franklin and then some other, but they're gospel groups, gospel music groups. And Kirk Franklin is he's a gospel singer, and so that was really dope to have them on certain songs in that album because they really like brought it home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That whole album, I can't listen to it that much anymore just because listening to it back then because
It makes me sad listening to it because that was my summer before senior year came out, and like it takes me back. Like I only listen to it every now and then because it's one of those special things.
Great album.
Yeah.
And for me, I remember it came out April or March of 2016.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like back in high school. Because, I mean, I don't know if you know too much about like my high school experience. I've talked about it a little bit. But like my first 2 years, I don't even talk about it. It was just all mistakes that were made. And then it's like.
The thing is like I'm trying to imagine you like 14, 15. And that's just so funny.
Oh, it's bad.
At least,
it was bad,
but
bro.
hey, at least you were 14 and 15 years old.
I wasn't making mistakes like that whenever I'm at like the age I am now.
I had no idea you're like the stories you told me. I'm like, what, JP? Like,
yeah.
responsible, most dependable JP.
Sometimes.
Oh
but-
yes, that's how I would describe you.
So like the album came out like March or April, and then that's like as like that train was coming to a close, like not train, that as that door was closing of just like making all those mistakes, and then hearing that album and seeing like Chance like looking down and the album cover, it was like
Yeah.
Phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm like not looking down at people, but like looking down at me like, all right, I left that behind.
Yeah.
Then
when you said looking down, I knew what you meant.
yeah, and then seeing him a year later at Hangout, so like a year after the album came out, and seeing like how far I came from that, I was like, I can't handle myself right now.
Yeah.
Like, are you ready?
I think I got teary eyed, but because I saw him at Bonnaroo that year, but my stuck up self was like, he didn't play enough acid rap. And I was like, I should have just been like, shut up and enjoy it.
Wait, when did you see him in concert?
The same year you saw him at Hangout at Bonnaroo.
Okay. Oh, no, I thought he did good with acid rap. He played like favorite song, Push a Man.
He didn't play Push a Man for us.
Push a Man's so
It was like a
good.
50-minute set. It was ridiculous. He played like, I'm so glad you had so much better experience. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from you.
No, you're good.
But, yeah, he played like 30 seconds of favorite song, 30 seconds of Cocoa Butter Kisses. And that was it. And I was like, okay, you're most famous too. Like, all right. Like,
favorite song is so good.
Yeah.
And, like being at that concert.
It was a great vibe concert for sure.
Oh yeah. I like now that I'm like talking about it and remembering it, because me and one of my friends, I think it was like the Sunday night show, maybe. Yeah, it was Sunday night a hangout, and I was still in high school. I had to drive home after this concert. Like I had to
Oh my
go home,
gosh.
and I had to go to school the next day. And I remember being at this concert. We literally waited there all day because like one artist canceled, so we had to wait. And then Lil Yachty came on. No offense, Lil Yachty. I like your music, but you're trash live.
I've heard. I mean, I've heard at least 20 people tell me that.
Yeah, he's just not that good live. I still like his music, but then as we were waiting on it, just the crowd of people we were around, a guy had a Bluetooth speaker and was holding it over his head, playing full volume, just all Chance's discography, and just kind of getting everyone psyched up for it. And it was like just with like good people. It's so great to be around good people at a concert because there are some hardos at concerts. Like, no, you can't stand right there. I'm like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People that like won't let you move around, and you shouldn't be moving around like a lot, like trying to get in front of people because you don't want to be a dick at a concert.
Yeah.
Hey, be respectful of other people. Whoever's listening, if anyone's still listening right now, we've gone a little bit over time. But like everyone was being so respectful, just good to each other, and like, one person tried to like. I don't know. Someone was trying to ruin the vibe, and like the collective group of people were just like, "Nah, man.
Yeah.
Just chill out. Like, get the bad vibe."
That's
out
how
of here."
Bonnaroo was for me. Yeah, like there was just an overall vibe of like, don't be a, bad
Don't-
word. Or as
Don't be
Bonnaroo,
like that,
I'm not even
people.
kidding. And one of the Bonnaroo like covenant like rules, it's like, don't be that person. And they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But so yeah, it definitely is about who you're with.
Yeah, it's got to be about who you're with. And one song that just played, it wasn't even on the playlist, but "Love Yours" by J. Cole. You know that song?
Yes, I love that one.
I absolutely love that song. That whole album is so good. I played a little bit of J. Cole yesterday on the New Music Hour, but I love that song is like what plays right after. And then, I mean, after that, we have like Trillmatic by the ASAP Mob, and then Grove Street Party by Waka Flocka. Grove Street Party.
Wait,
is
I'm
so
like
good.
booking it to my car now to listen.
Oh yeah.
But
Wow.
we can listen on air and online though.
Oh yeah, we can.
WeGLFM.com.
We can literally play this song as the show ends. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. But this has been fun.
Yeah,
this has been really good.
The
I'm
time
glad.
flew and I had a good time. I
Yeah.
knew it would be a good time, but even went past my expectations. So.
Oh yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to Live with DJP and Friends Part 3, or just Live with DJP number 22. Still trying to figure that out. I've been really busy with school this week. I'm sorry that I didn't change it to say 8 p.m. on the thing. If you're going to complain
We
about
forgive
that,
you, JP.
understand. I'm a very busy man. Sorry. But thanks, you everyone. Good night.
Bye.
See you. All right. Actually, let me just go in. Next week, no show, Woodstock Hour. Tune into Woodstock Hour. There's not going to be Live with DJP. I just want to listen to music and kind of enjoy myself without having to talk the whole time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I love doing the show, but not being able to hear the music as we talk about it is just so painful.
Yeah, I know. I was like, every time we brought it up, I was like, trying to
I want to
listen
hear it
to
right now. Yeah. But thank you, everyone, for listening. I'll catch you in about 2 weeks. We're going to have another guest on, and I will see you then.
Bye.
Good night.